Hello, hello, hello. Who wants to shake it off? Because that's the stuff that's stuck in my head. Shake it off. Hi, everybody. My name is Angela Astle, and I'm the proud executive producer of Athena Project, and I would hope that you would join me in a land acknowledgement. We invite our audiences and team to join us as we honor our elders for the care of the land for which we perform with the land acknowledgement to recognize and respect Indigenous peoples and their traditional territories. We acknowledge that we are on the ancestral homeland of the Ute, Cheyenne, and Arapaho peoples. We also recognize the 48 contemporary Indigenous tribes and nations who have historically called Colorado home. May this acknowledgement express our commitment to grow and deepen our relationships with the vibrant Indigenous communities who continue to thrive and uphold their sacred relation to this land. If you'd like to learn more about our land acknowledgement and why we are doing this at the top of every performance, please come see me afterwards. I'll tell you more about it. As mentioned, my name is Angela, and I'm the proud executive producer of Athena Project, and this is our 10th annual Plays in Progress series. Yes! I'm so excited and so proud to be bringing new works to audiences since we first started right here at the Fox in the summer of 2012. We are so grateful to also be able to take advantage of people joining us from all over the world with our live stream option. And so you'll notice that you're not hearing me amplified with the microphone to you all, but that's because we're doing it for everybody who's watching from all over. In case you didn't know, women are underrepresented in the arts, especially playwrights, and this series is all about uplifting the voices of women artists and empowering women through the arts is our mission. When we use the term women, we recognize that it does not automatically include all aspects of the gender spectrum, and we wish to create a safer space for the expression and growth for all women, non-binary, and LGBTQIA+ individuals. At Athena Project, we value the inherent power of the artistic voices of women, equity, diversity, and inclusion, equality in opportunities, representation, and pay, equitable access to the arts, and the power of art to connect communities. If this is your first time engaging with us, welcome. Our goals for all of our audience members is to pique your curiosity about the underrepresentation of women artists and how you can help share that info with your circles and be aware of the art that you are consuming. We wish for you to escape your world for just a moment and share in the stories of others. And we invite you to listen intently and then visit our website to for a link to a super short survey sharing your thoughts and opinions about the play and your experience with us today. Our post-show conversation that will happen in the room, and for those of you live watching, feel free to type comments in the chat and we will work those in as well. Our post-show conversation will be led by our dramaturg Heather Beasley, over here to my left, and she will get started immediately following the reading. So let's see. Little bit of business. Reminder to please turn your cell phones off all the way if they're not. It is a small, intimate space, so noises, things carry beyond, especially with all of our microphones that are picking up sound. And today you will be here, tonight I should say, you are here to see Eleanor and Dolly by Jenny Stafford, and we will be running the show straight through. Remember that these are works in progress, so for most playwrights, this is the first time they're hearing this version of the script out loud. And this table reading style format that you're experiencing today is super special in that it's a sneak peek as to what actually happens at the very beginning of a new play's development. It's as if we are in the living room of the playwright, which is usually where these take place. Stage directions are being read aloud, and actors have only been asked to read the script just once prior to gathering with us today. We invite you, as I mentioned, to submit your feedback either in the room, conversation-wise, or if you have thoughts later, submit it via our online survey. Our website is athenaprojectarts.org. And please remember, all constructive feedback is welcome. The box office does not come close to covering the costs of putting on productions, and artists need our support still now more than ever. It is a long road to recovery still, thanks to the pandemic. So if you are able to make an additional donation, we invite you to do so also at our website, athenaprojectarts.org, and we are grateful for your support of being here today. If you like what you see and you would like to learn more about our organization or want to get involved, there are plenty of volunteer opportunities available. So please find me after the show and I'll be glad to speak with you about how you can get involved. As I mentioned, women are underrepresented in the arts, especially in leadership positions, and we are proud to share these stories with you and uplift the voices of women playwrights today. Without further ado, here is Eleanor and Dolly by Jenny Stafford, dramaturged by Heather Beasley, and directed by Penny Cole. Enjoy.
Eleanor and Dolly by Jenny Stafford. Scene 1. Ellie sits at a desk in a pristine room. She herself is pristine and put together. She writes in a notebook.
I am the top veterinary ophthalmologist in Chicago. I am both my high school and college valedictorian. I own apartments in Paris and New York.
From behind her bed, her friend Jana pops up, chewing gum and making a cat's cradle out of yarn.
This doesn't make any sense.
What?
None of that is true. You're just, lying.
It's not lying, it's a strategy. You have to write down your goals as if you have already achieved them. And then your brain chemicals shift around and start to believe it, and then you start behaving like the person you want to become. If I write down that I am the top veterinary ophthalmologist in Chicago, then I start to believe I am the top veterinary ophthalmologist in Chicago. Then I start to act like the top veterinary ophthalmologist in Chicago, and by acting that way, I become
The top veterinarian ophthalmologist in Chicago. So it's like The Secret. You secrete it?
I secrete what?
No, you put it out into the universe and it's summoned to you.
Ew, no, that's like voodoo magic bullshit. This is real.
And you do this every day?
Every day. I made my list of my life goals and I write them down every morning.
Geez, what are you, 40 and having a midlife crisis?
Nope. I'm taking a page from Eleanor Roosevelt.
Eleanor Roosevelt. Eleanor Roosevelt told you to do this.
In a way. She says,
Ellie grabs Eleanor Roosevelt's You Learn by Living off a shelf.
No, do not read that thing to me again.
the purpose of life is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for the newer and richer experience.
And from that you write down your goals like a crazy person.
The new and richer experience doesn't just happen. You have to make a plan. That's what Eleanor did.
Yeah, every morning she got up and wrote, be born rich, marry my cousin, fall in love with Amelia Earhart.
Or, chair the United Nations Human Rights Commission, write 78 books, be one of the most influential people of the 20th century.
This is what you're writing down?
No, I have my own goals, but I've hit a snag with one of them. You'll have to help me.
You want my help? You're Ellie Hoyt. I once put a towel in the microwave trying to make a homemade heating pad after I sprained my ankle when I tried to karate kick my own shadow off the wall. And then the towel caught on fire and I couldn't run for help because of my ankle, and my parents had to renovate their kitchen. I'm just saying, I don't know if I can help.
You can. Okay, listen, here's the list of goals. Number 1, I am the top.
No, skip forward. Number 4, or wherever we left off.
Fine, but 2 is high school and college valedictorian. High school I'll be able to check off in May. College will be a few more years, but I'm on track for that in 2. 3, I own apartments in Paris and New York. If I'm crushing the others, I'll be on track for that. Number 5, I am...
What's 4? We don't need to worry about that one.
Number 5 is...
Jana jumps up and grabs the journal out of her hands.
Number 4, I have completely abandoned my life and everything in it and volunteer full-time at an elephant sanctuary in Thailand?
That one's not real.
That's the best one.
It's kind of a joke.
You write it down every day. You're secreting it.
It's like my stress reliever one. It's the fantasy version when the rest seem overwhelming. It's not real.
Why not?
Who can do that? I mean, I guess anyone can do that, which is why I can't do it. Any loser, crackhead, high school dropout could run away to Thailand and feed elephants. But not everyone can achieve the other things I have in my list. But I can, so I will. Can we move on? Number 5.
Number 5. I married my high school sweetheart? What? Who are you dating? Why didn't you tell me?
No one!
No one.
No one.
Well, you're screwed.
No, you have to help me.
We graduate in 3 months. We've known all the same town, all the same small town loser boys since kindergarten. It's over. Cross this one off.
No, don't touch it.
As a feminist, I'm embarrassed for you that this one's even on here.
She holds up the book with Eleanor Roosevelt's face on it.
Eleanor Roosevelt judges you.
I'm a feminist too. It's not anti-feminist to want to get married. I know that's one of the things I want in my life, so I wrote it down.
Okay, so go to vet school and marry some hot piece there. Don't marry any of those losers from our school.
Jana, look at this list. Look at the massive goals I have ahead of me. I can't be distracted by men. I can't spend years dating, and I can't risk getting murdered by some Tinder killer. I need someone in the bag.
In the bag?
You think I'll have time to sort through men and a vet school? No. So either I nail him down now, or I risk getting derailed from my other goals because my focus is divided. I don't have to marry him now. I just have to find him now.
Or you just don't achieve this one. It's not like the world will burn down like a microwave towel fire.
No. Chronologically, this is the first goal on my list, even before valedictorian. If I start my life with a goal I can't achieve, it's just going to pull at the thread, and the whole sweater of my life is going to unravel.
She is interrupted by her mom, Claire, who runs in holding a phone.
Look at this one. Look at this one. Look at this one.
Dog or man?
Puppy. Look at his little face. Look at his little ears. Look at his nose.
Yep, those are all the components of a puppy.
I love him. I want him now. Bring him to me.
His name is Beauregard, and he's a Cocker Spaniel mix.
Mom, we've been over this. Puppies are a lot of work. You have to feed them and train them and clean up after them, and who's going to end up doing all that? Me.
Hey, I kept you fed and clothed and alive for 18 years, and I'd say I did a pretty good job, right? Anyway, I'll sleep on Beauregard.
Yes, you will. You will roll over on him in your sleep and kill him. Beauregard will be Beauregard in a month.
What are you doing tomorrow night?
Studying.
Studying. Well, blow that off and let's go to the new pottery place. We can get dinner first. 6 o'clock.
Is Jerry coming?
No. Not to our weekly mother-daughter date. Plus, Jerry's over.
Dead or dumped?
Dumped. Maybe dead. Who knows after you dump them, right?
Bummer. He was smarter than some of the others.
He was duller than all of the others. Life's too short. Jana, write that down.
Write what down?
The wisdom I'm imparting to you. Life is too big and beautiful and wonderful to be bored. And if you're bored, then it's your own fault.
I don't have a pen.
Stitch it on a pillow. I'm out. Pottery, tomorrow night, 6.
I thought life was too short to be bored.
Gasp. You've turned on me. This pottery won't be boring. I'm going to paint something raunchy on a platter.
She exits.
God, your mom is so cool.
We get back to my problem.
Like, I feel like your mom is the kind of mom that wouldn't care if I started a microwave fire.
She wouldn't, because she'd be the one setting the fire, and then she'd find a way to roast s'mores over it. Hope they keep her away from the kiln tomorrow night. I think she suddenly woke up and realized I'm going to college in the fall, and it feels the need to cram in like 18 years of bonding in the next few months.
So bond with her. She's awesome.
Jana, who am I going to marry?
Why do you think I can help you with this?
Because you're like good with boys. You can talk to them. I just feel weird and awkward, so I'm thinking maybe I overlooked someone.
A, you didn't. B, what are you talking about? You're fine with boys. You had boyfriends. Colin Douglas?
We dated for 1 day in 5th grade before he changed his mind.
Chris Andrews.
Gay and doesn't know it.
Matt Nygren.
Gay and knows it and dated me anyway.
And everyone else is,
Mean.
or...
Stupid.
Or...
Taken. That's all the boys in town.
Your mom had like 1 million boyfriends. Where does she find all her guys?
Online, and most of them are from other towns. They're like weekend relationships.
Ask her about it then. You probably need an online non-townie too.
Yeah, because she's found love with so many winners. It's okay. I'm going to keep brainstorming. Every problem can be solved, and I'm going to solve this one.
How?
I have solved the problem of finding my high school sweetheart.
Blackout. Scene 2, the next night, a pottery studio. Ellie and Claire sit at a table with small pots of paint and brushes, each holding a blank piece of pottery. Claire has the promised platter, and Ellie has a mug.
Are you really going to paint something raunchy on that? Because I will later.
I haven't decided yet. The platter is my oyster. What are you going to paint?
I don't know. I looked up an idea on Pinterest earlier, but it was for a bigger mug. No, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
You'll figure it out.
Claire starts haphazardly slapping paint on the platter.
You don't want to like sketch it out in pencil first?
No, that's no fun. So, how's school?
It's good. I have an AP biology exam tomorrow. I feel pretty good about it though. How's work?
I keep telling Greg that we need to order more interesting beads. Every bead we have would get stitched on a granny shawl. If we want younger, more artsy people to shop there, we have to stock bolder stuff. Why would artisanal jewelry makers come to our store when flippin' Michael's in Mishawaka has a better supply than we do?
I mean, that's a nice idea, except that no one would drive to this town just for art supplies. Or any reason at all, actually.
They would if we could make it like a cool destination shop and we had stuff no one else had. Like these. Remember when we drove to Santa Monica to get the beads for this?
Oh, you mean the time you unexpectedly picked me up from 4th grade in the middle of the day and we drove for 31 hours with no plan whatsoever?
Yes, that was a great trip.
Yeah, it was great when we ran out of gas or when we had to sleep in the car at the Walmart parking lot because the hotels were too expensive because we hadn't booked them in advance.
But then we finally got there and we spent hours in those bead shops. Oh, and we ate that clam chowder on the pier.
Oh, yeah, and we rented the tandem bike and went on the whale watching
And
tour.
the guy, remember the guy? We probably won't see any whales today. But then we saw that, the gray one.
The humpback, and a blue whale and a minke whale.
And the dolphins, that whole herd
Hot.
of dolphins.
God, they were beautiful. Okay, that was a fun trip.
Let's do that again. Let's go tomorrow.
Mom, I have my AP biology test, I told you.
I'll call you in sick, and you can take it next week. I've got the itch now, and if we overthink it, we won't go. Come on.
Mom, I'm not in 4th grade anymore. You can't just kidnap me and take me along on your whims. I'm an adult. I have responsibilities.
So what? I'm an adult with responsibilities, too.
Okay.
A tense 2 seconds is interrupted when a saleswoman comes over.
How are we doing over here?
She looks at Claire's very colorful platter.
Oh my, I love that! Such bold colors.
The clerk looks at Ellie's mug.
Oopsie, you forgot to paint something.
I'm just having a hard time deciding what to paint.
Well, what do you like?
Animals, I guess.
Great! So you could paint a dog, or a cat, or a lion, or an elephant.
Pod of elephants.
Oh, what's that?
It's a herd when it's elephants. They travel together and protect each other. They hunt for food as a team. They're really social.
Oh, wow, you know a lot about elephants. You should be a trainer at the zoo.
No. I'm going to the University of Chicago to get my BS in animal biology in the fall.
Well, wow, so fancy. You must be awful proud. Is that where you went to?
Well, I almost went to the art.
She didn't go anywhere.
Well, let me know if you need any help.
The clerk exits.
Was she like explaining what animals are to me?
A dog or a cat or a raccoon or a ferret. That's cool about elephants, being a family. So do the baby elephants stay in the herd with their parents forever or what?
Well, the dad isn't usually in the picture.
Preach it, sister.
Some female elephants stay with their moms for their whole lives in the same herd.
We should start wrapping up. I have a date later tonight.
You do? With who?
Some guy. Nate, maybe?
Online guy?
Yeah, he seems nice enough. We'll see.
Do you get nervous meeting men, like talking to them?
No. It's like, I am who I am, he is who he is, and we just see if we click. It's fun. Either way, you get to meet a new person, hear someone's story. It's a good time. Boobs or butt?
What?
Claire holds up her very colorful platter, which has 2 curved lines painted in black over the top.
Boobs or butt? It could go either way. If I leave it, it's a butt. If I add nipples, it's boobs.
Ew, Mom, neither.
Hey, Sandy! Boobs or butt?
Oh, my, one of each?
Claire adds 1 nipple.
No, too Picasso. Boobs it is. Nipples all around.
She adds a 2nd nipple and hands the platter to the clerk.
Fire away. Ellie.
Ellie hands her blank mug to the clerk.
You didn't paint anything.
Decision paralysis, I guess. Fire away.
You want me
Just
to...
dip it in the stuff and fire it. It's snow. It's a cloud. It's blank.
Alrighty then.
No, wait.
She takes the mug and quickly paints 2 curved lines on it.
Butt.
She holds it up next to the platter.
Now they're set.
Scene 3, the next day, school. Ellie stands at her locker with her backpack organizing things. The inside of her locker is decorated with pictures and quotes by Eleanor Roosevelt. Jana comes scurrying up to her.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! You will never believe what's happening.
What?
We got a foreign exchange student.
What?
And it's a guy.
What?
Fresh meat, you see good at it!
Stop! You! What are you talking about?
Nick told Scott, who told Allie, who told Christian, who told me that Max's family is getting a foreign exchange student for the rest of the year.
Where is he from?
I don't know.
What year is he?
I don't know.
When is he getting here?
Why are you asking me all the right questions? Is he hot? Is he single? Does he know how to speak French?
Does he?
Or I don't know.
She points to a picture of Eleanor Roosevelt on Ellie's locker.
I can't believe this worked. I'd go for him myself, but I think I'd be like interfering in whatever pact you have going on with the ghost of ER. By the way, take these down. This is weird. Put up posters of hot shirtless guys like a normal person. Jeez.
I can't believe this. This is even better than I could have planned it, and I plan everything. Foreign guy, they're so sophisticated and sexy. What if he's from France? What if he speaks French? And one of my goals was to have an apartment in Paris.
Stop it. I'm going to start journaling and do all this voodoo shit tomorrow.
Okay, we need to calm down. Every girl in school is going to go for him. I'm not going to stand a chance.
I have a feeling you are.
Why's that?
Because...
Mrs. Spear enters.
Ellie, I need you to show the new kid around.
Bing! Of course. I'd be happy to.
Mrs. Spear glances at a crumpled paper in her hands.
Yes, he's a foreign exchange student. His flight is delayed, so he won't get here until lunch, so just stop by the office and pick him up on your way.
Where's his flight delayed from?
No idea.
Do you know if he's...
Here's what I know. Tell Ellie to pick up the FES. And if you can, please try to dissuade him from engaging in the activities that happen in the equipment closet and behind the staircase in B hallway.
You know about that?
I know about everything. That's why I didn't ask you to show him around. If anyone can keep him on the straight and narrow, it's Ellie.
Oh, well, I don't know. I'm still like a rabble-rouser, you know?
Okay. Nice locker.
She starts to exit.
Oh, I have a feeling I know the answer to this, but have you decided who you're going to be for the living history exhibit?
Oh, well...
She gestures awkwardly toward her locker and the pictures of Eleanor Roosevelt.
Smart lady. Going for that scholarship, eh?
She raises her coffee cup and exits.
Ellie, why'd you refuse to give yourself any advantages in life? Look, I know how you feel about her, but this is who you want to dress up like and give a speech at the Living History exhibit in front of the whole school? Look at her. Help yourself out. Pick Dolly Parton or someone, except don't, because that's what I'm doing.
Janet, Dolly Parton isn't going to win you the scholarship.
Please, this whole thing is a charade. Everyone knows you're going to win it, so I might as well look hot up there. You should try it.
Hey, Eleanor knew she wasn't pretty, and it plagued her whole life. And I'm going to talk about that and how society disvalues brilliant women based on their looks.
Wow, what a great way to die a virgin. Speaking of which, it's almost lunch and we need to go pick up your foreign exchange lover so you can picnic on the Seine and he can feed you grapes while he reads you French poetry.
He might not be French. Maybe he's from somewhere else. Romantic Spain or Germany.
Or he's fleeing from some war-torn country and you can nurse him back to health.
Or he's a deep, brooding Russian. Or his family owns an elephant sanctuary in Thailand.
You really are stuck on that.
Wherever he's from. I'm ready. I'm conversational in 5 languages, and my romantic future husband has been delivered to my front door because I willed it to happen.
A very average-looking young man walks up behind them.
Hi, is one of you Ellie?
I'm Ellie. Who are you?
I'm Liam. I'm the new foreign exchange student. I got here earlier than I thought, so they told me where your locker was and said you'd showed me around.
Of course she will. Where are you from, Liam?
Canada.
Blackout. Scene 4, later that day, in the lunchroom. Ellie, Jenna, and Liam sit together.
How's your macaroni and cheese?
My what?
Your macaroni and cheese?
Oh, my craft dinner? It's fine. Not as good as home.
That's probably because you poured ketchup all over it.
Do you not do that here?
Excuse her, she's in a mood today. That's so interesting. So, what part of Canada are you from?
Ottawa. It's been voted the most boring city in Canada.
Well, I bet our town could give you a run for your money. If you're seeking adventure, the middle of Indiana is not it. That's why Indiana Jones always confused me. He's like the epitome of adventure, but he's named after the most boring state with the most generic last name. I mean, name him like California, Stephanopoulos, right?
Yeah, California, Stephanopoulos of the Temple of Doom. And why did you come here? Why are you here?
What Jana means is this is a surprising place to come as a foreign exchange student with only a couple months left in the year.
I don't know. Seemed fun.
It's not.
Just wanted to change of pace, change of scenery. One last chance to get an impressive thing on my college applications.
Oh, where are you going to college?
I'm not sure yet.
What do you want to study?
I'm still deciding.
Were you like the bad boy of Ottawa and your parents sent you here to this dead town to try to tame you?
Ha, no. Honestly, not a lot of places accept exchange student mid-year, so here I am.
Wait, they speak French in Canada, right?
A lot of people do. I don't.
Oh,
So, are you guys going to college?
undecided.
I'm going to University of Chicago. I'm going to study animal biology.
Wow, you must like animals.
I do.
Do you like cats?
The animal?
Yeah.
I was just checking because there's also a musical called Cats.
Hey, can you tell me where room 206 is?
Oh, I'll walk you there.
That's okay. If you point me in the right direction, I'm sure I'll figure it out.
Sure. It's that way, then take a left.
Thanks so much. See you around.
Liam picks up his lunch tray and exits.
Waffle fry hands. I had to watch that through waffle fry hands.
The animal? He says, do you like cats? And I said, the animal?
Who cares? This isn't your guy.
California, Stephanopoulos. Why am I such a disaster?
Ellie, this guy is dry toast. He came from the most boring city in Canada to the most boring city in America and put ketchup on his macaroni and cheese.
But he...
Look, he's not hot, he's not exciting. He didn't even say A, which is really all I'm looking for, Canadians anyway. Abort this mission. Find a hot guy in college.
No! You can't just give up when it's not easy right away. I don't get it. For everything else in my life, I can make a strategic plan, but I get all turned around and I suck at guys and feelings and chemistry, and I'm awesome at chemistry.
Hey, you were only half responsible for the epic train wreck that what just happened.
And now, if I can somehow turn the situation around, that's the story we'll have to tell our kids about how we met. How Mom accidentally brought up Andrew Lloyd Webber like an idiot.
Stop it! I stand by my original thought. This whole plan was stupid because you're the smartest, most awesome person I know. And Milquetoast Loser is making you feel like you're about to shit yourself. Screw him.
Thanks. I've gotta go. See you later.
She gathers up her lunch tray and bag and exits. Scene 5, that afternoon. Ellie dejectedly walks in the door, home from school. Claire is working on a beading project on the couch. Ellie drops her bag and flops into a chair.
Oof. Rough day?
The worst. I'm a failure.
I doubt that. This will cheer you up. Look at this one.
She holds out her phone.
Bad day, get a puppy. I really think we should move fast on this one. She's not going to be a puppy forever.
Mom, you have to think it through.
By the time I think it through, she won't be a puppy anymore. She'll just be some full-grown dog. Who wants that?
What do you think is going to happen after you adopt it?
Oh, you're just so cute, aren't you? Please give me a home and lots of love. I'll cheer you up every day.
Mom, I'm telling you, you really have to give it some thought. Maybe start with a fish.
I started with a daughter, and I gave it no thought at all. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. I don't mean I gave it no thought at all. I mean I didn't plan it out ahead of time.
Nope,
I mean
you don't have to go any farther.
I'm just saying that if you overthink everything, you'll think yourself out of every great experience in your life. This thing that happened today that made you all mopey, did you overthink it?
Maybe.
There you go. You want to talk about it?
I'm okay. Thanks, though.
Okay. I'm gonna make dinner.
Claire crosses to the kitchen and starts cooking. Ellie remains on the couch, wrapping herself in a blanket and moping.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah?
You were 18 when you had me, right?
Yep.
So, I guess you got some guy, my dad, to fall in love with you when you were in high school, huh?
No. I got some guy to have sex with me in high school. These are not the same. NPS, 1 star, do not recommend.
So were you like high school sweethearts? Did you ask him to, did you get him to ask you out on a date? Did you talk on the date? Like, what did you talk about? What did people talk about?
What is happening?
Nothing.
Are you pregnant?
What? No! How would that ever happen?
I don't understand what's happening. Is there a guy?
No! Yes? I don't know.
I knew this day would come. I knew that someday, you'd look up from one of your books and there would be a guy and you and I would finally have something to talk about. Come to my bosom.
Oh, stop. Come on. We talk about lots of things.
Sure, but basically since you learned to read and were tall enough to reach things, you haven't really needed me. But this I can help you with.
You want to help me?
I always want to help you. Just usually you don't need it. Okay, tell me everything.
He's a foreign exchange student.
Ooh.
No, from Canada.
What you gonna do? So he's cute.
He's okay.
He's funny.
Not particularly.
Then he's rich.
Not that I can tell.
What are we doing here?
I want to have a chance with him, that's all. And I'm so awkward. I just say all the wrong things.
Well, what does he say?
Goodbye, mostly.
Like, what was his part of the conversation?
I don't know, not much. I guess I did most of the talking.
Bingo. There's your problem. You've got to make him do all the talking.
How?
In my experience, everyone has at least one thing they're really passionate about and can talk about forever. So you just got to ask him questions until you unlock it. That's what
Wait, you're right.
I know I am. That's
No! Wait, hold on!
Ellie frantically digs through her backpack and pulls out Eleanor Roosevelt's You Learn by Living. She flips to a page and begins reading.
Oh, good. This book again.
I made a game of trying to make people talk about whatever they were interested in. Ruth Bryan Rode once told me that she found it very useful if she was sitting next to a person whose interests she knew nothing about to begin going through the alphabet. A is for ants. Mr. Jones, are you interested in the life of the ant? He might not be interested in the ant, but at least he was startled and amused. That's it! She's a genius.
That's literally what I suggested.
I've got it. I can make a plan now. I have to go make a list.
She heads to her room.
Okay, well, dinner will be ready soon.
I'll eat it in my room. Thanks, Mom.
Scene 6. The next day at school. Ellie and Jana sit at a lunch table.
This isn't going to work.
Totally going to work. Liam!
Liam gives a small smile and makes his way over to them.
I can't believe I have to watch this 2 days in a row. Hi, Liam. We were afraid you made new friends and wouldn't want to sit with us today.
No, not since yesterday.
Well, I'm glad you can sit with us anytime. What's for lunch today?
Pizza and this cardboard box of milk. The spout disintegrates when you drink it. It makes no sense.
What do you use in Canada? A glass bottle?
No, a bag.
A bag? A bag of milk? Like, I'll just have a bag of milk, please.
It works much better.
A bag of milk is an udder. A cow's udder.
Janet, you have to be open to other cultures.
It's a cow's udder! Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
So, Liam, do you like aardvarks?
Aardvarks? Is that also a musical? Like the Cats?
Now, see that I would watch.
No, just like the animal aardvarks.
Sure. I don't really know anything about them though.
Ellie slyly crosses aardvarks off a list in her lap and checks for the next thing.
I just finished this really interesting book about the Bermuda Triangle.
Sounds interesting.
It was. We've already covered cats. Divorce. Do you know anyone who's divorced?
Everyone knows someone who's divorced.
Care to expand on that?
No, thank you.
Lights shift to indicate the passage of time.
Monks.
What did you say? Monkeys?
We can talk about monkeys.
I'd rather not. My uncle fell into a monkey pit at the zoo and it didn't end well.
So, monks?
Lights shift again to indicate the passage of time.
Rasputin. There's an evil guy.
Lights shift again to indicate the passage of time.
And every zebra has totally unique stripes so that scientists can actually scan like barcodes to keep track of them.
Is that true? They scan them?
It is.
That one's actually cool. Hey, Liam, that one was cool.
Yeah, zebras. I mean, are they white with black stripes or black with white stripes? Am I right?
Black with white stripes.
Don't they have Google in Canada?
The lunch bell rings. They start to gather their things.
Peace out.
Well, thanks for having lunch with us. It was great.
I watched Cats last night.
What?
Cats. The musical. I didn't get it.
No one gets it. That's like its thing.
I liked Shimbleshanks, I guess.
Well, he's the best one.
Would you want to, like, come over and watch it tonight? Maybe as a future vet?
Ophthalmologist.
You would have insight that makes it understandable.
Yeah, I would love that.
Great. I'll find you after school.
Liam exits, and Ellie stands for a moment in disbelief. Scene 7. Later that night, Ellie's house. Claire and Janice sit on the couch talking worriedly when Ellie walks through the door.
Where have you been?
You're not dead? Jana and I have been worried sick. Where were you? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Calm down. I come home this late all the time and you never even notice.
To be fair, I didn't notice this time. But even Jana didn't know where you were. If you're going to be late, you need to text Jana.
I need to know where you are at all times. I thought you were dead.
No, my phone is dead.
I checked all your spots. My house, the library, your house. You weren't at any of them. Where were you?
I was at Liam's house.
I'll get the wine.
We're 18. Get popcorn. Shut up. But start talking. What happened? When I left for lunch, you were explaining Googling to him, so he seems like a hopeless case.
Was this like a date?
I guess so. Jana, after you left, he invited me over to watch Cats.
Is that what they call it now? You were safe, right?
No, like we watched Cats, the musical.
What is happening?
Okay, so you watched Cats, but like, did you talk about it? Did you sit close together? Was there hand holding? Was there a kiss?
There was none of that. He's not that talkative. And I went through the alphabet again. Alps through zygotes.
And did he try anything?
No, he just sat on the other side of the couch, which I'm kind of glad for because I think I would have freaked out if he had tried anything.
So it was a great first step. You're getting to know each other. Once you've established a relationship, and now you've established a relationship where you hang out outside of school.
Unless it wasn't a date and it was just like a friend hang. I don't know. This is all really confusing.
Welcome to dating. Maybe you're just taking it slow. That's fine.
I can't take it slow. I don't have time to take it slow.
What's the rush?
Prom! Ellie really wants a date for prom, and it's next month, so she's got to get cracking.
You're going to prom? Like, can we go dress shopping and I can do your hair and take a picture of you with a boy and pretend to be worried up all night?
Well, I mean, I guess people go to prom with their high school sweetheart, right? I guess that would be a good next step.
Oh, I'm so excited. Last year on prom, you made me watch that documentary on earthworms with you.
Hey, World of Worms was good.
I'm so happy to see that you're branching out, being a human teenage girl. Okay, so what's the plan? How are we going to get him to ask you to prom?
Hello, it's not 1950. She could ask him.
Hello, I'm in my 30s? Check yourself.
I'm just saying. How did you trick him into watching Cats with you? What would Eleanor Roosevelt do?
Oh, no. Eleanor Roosevelt. I'm supposed to meet with Mrs. Spear about my living history project tomorrow, and I didn't do any of the stuff she asked me to do. This is why men are a mistake. I wasted a whole evening over there, and now I'm behind. And
Shut up. While you were talking, I Googled how to get a guy to ask you to prom. Clearly, Eleanor Roosevelt can't help you here.
I thought she was asking him.
Look at her. She's a mess. We'll save it as a last resort.
Come on, this is so dumb. What does it say?
It's a 12-step list. Ellie, you love lists. And at the end of the article is a link to another article with suggested Instagram captions for your photos on prom night.
Dear God.
Okay.
She stands Ellie up and spruces her up, then turns Ellie around and pushes her to the other side of the stage where Liam sits at a lunch table. The scene is now a split scene. On one side, Jana and Claire sit on the couch reading out the list, and on the other side, Ellie and Liam are at the lunch table as Ellie tries out the ideas.
Here we go. Number 1, befriend him. You already did that. We're going to fly through these. Number 2, flirt with him.
oh, God.
When you're with your crush, try to be noticeably warm and present.
Go! Hi, Liam. I had such a great time at your house. Thanks for inviting me over.
Sure, it was really fun.
So, tell me all about your day.
Make strong eye contact. Hold eye contact longer than you would other friends and gaze deeply with intention.
I went to Spanish and geometry and...
Keep your feet and your torso planted toward him. And find ways to innocently touch him when he says something funny.
never says something funny.
Well, you just have to make him think he's funny.
Ellie, are you okay?
Am I okay? I'm more than okay. I'm spectacular.
Ow!
I'm so sorry. Are you?
I forgot I'm supposed to get some extra Spanish help during lunch. I'll see you later.
Liam makes a run for it. Ellie crosses back to Jana and Claire.
Well, that went great. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done.
How was your day?
Mom, shut up.
Look, that was only step 1. Would Eleanor Roosevelt give up after step 1?
I can't do any more of this.
Yes, you can.
She shoves Ellie back over to the lunch table. It's a
Read.
new day.
Read the next one.
Why are we taking advice from the internet? You know you have a mom who's got some experience in this area and could help out.
Sure, but like, are you married? I'm just saying.
I thought I liked you. Okay. Step 2, recognize his signs of flirting.
Liam enters with his lunch tray.
Does he smile every time he sees you?
Ellie waves at Liam and he gives the world's smallest smile.
He did.
Liam sits at the table.
Read his body language. Is his gaze pointing at you? Are his feet pointed toward you? Does he have straight posture? Does he have open body language? No crossed arms or legs?
No to all of this. He has the body language of a dead butler at a haunted mansion. Should I touch him again?
No.
Move to the next step. Drop hints. Talk about how excited you are for prom. Some examples of things you can say are, I wonder what kind of music they'll play at prom, or I can't wait to see my friends in their dresses, or I just know this prom is going to be memorable. Whoever wrote this isn't married either.
So, do you guys have prom in Canada?
Yeah, we call it formal though.
Well, we call it prom, which is short for promenade, like a parade of everyone looking really good, I guess. I can't wait to see my friends in their dresses.
Won't you have a dress too?
Of course. I mean, if I go. I don't know who I'm going with yet. I'm available.
Hey, that was the next step. Mention you're available.
Are you going to prom?
I don't know yet. I don't really have anyone to go with.
So you don't have anyone to go with, and I don't have anyone to go with.
Oh, well, gotta go to class. See you later, Al.
He takes his lunch tray and exits.
That boy is as dumb as a bag of milk.
He called me Elle. He gave me a nickname. I hate it, but it's a nickname. I don't get it. I gave him the perfect opening and he didn't ask.
Sometimes it takes guys a while to summon their courage. You laid the groundwork and now he'll be thinking about it. Go slow.
Prom's only 2 weeks away now. If I pull this off, I'll need time to find a dress, find a hairdo, make a list of conversation topics for the night.
I'll help you. It will be fine.
She's right, though. We've got to accelerate this. Write him an anonymous note that says, someone wants to go to prom with you. Then ask a friend to put it in a good word for you. Bingo! Here we go. Stand aside and watch the master.
Claire stands up and straightens her clothes and starts to head to the lunch table. Jana and Ellie both grab her and force her back on the couch.
Sup, Montreal?
Ottawa.
Whatever. I brought you something. It's a bag of milk, so you'll feel more at home.
This isn't really how it works.
Yeah, flip it over.
He flips the bag over and reads a message written on the bag in Sharpie.
Someone wants to go to prom with you. I'm not sure what to do with this.
Well, A, I wouldn't drink it because it's been in my pocket since like 7 a.m. But B, use the brain your Canadian God gave you.
Wait. I saw this on YouTube. This is like a promposal, right?
Well,
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll go with you.
Blackout. Scene 8. Later that day, Ellie sits in Mrs. Spears' classroom.
So you don't have the timeline
No,
or the early years biography.
not written down, but I know all about her
And
early
you don't
years.
have your costume sketch.
Again, not on paper per se, but I can pull
Ellie, what's going on?
nothing. I've just been busy.
This isn't like you. And need I remind you, this is not just a school project, it's a scholarship competition.
I know it is.
You're about to graduate. This isn't the time to sit back and slack off. You need to think about your future.
I do. I am. All I do is think about my future. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Any thing you want to talk about?
No.
This wouldn't have anything to do with that new guy, would it?
I have this list of goals for my life, and one of them is to marry my high school sweetheart. And I don't have one. And then Liam came, and it seemed like maybe I could cross that goal off too, but it's so hard, and I feel so turned around, and somehow this became all I think about, and I'm running out of time, and if I fail this, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a domino effect, and I'm going to fail everything in my life, just like my mom. I just can't fail at my first goal.
What else is on your list of goals?
I want to be the top veterinary ophthalmologist in Chicago. I want to be my high school and college valedictorian. I want to own homes in New York and Paris. There's one about elephants in Thailand and stuff.
I married my high school sweetheart. Did you know that?
Oh, congratulations.
We met junior year. I was planning on going to USC, but he didn't get in there. So we decided both to go to a smaller college near our hometown. And we got married our sophomore year there. When we graduated, I was offered a teaching fellowship in London. But we had just bought a house. Well, our parents had helped us buy a house. And with the mortgage payments, we couldn't afford for me to cover the costs associated with the fellowship. So I stayed there and taught at the local high school. I worked my way up, and they were eyeing me to be principal there. And he got a job here, which was a great opportunity for him. More money than we were making there, so we moved here. And I started over at this school. Once you get married, it's not all about you anymore. You don't get to call all the shots in your life. I love my husband with all my heart. He's made sacrifices for me, too. But sometimes I wonder, what would have happened if I had gone to USC? If I'd done that fellowship in London? If I became principal? You're a smart girl, Ellie. You'll make the right decisions for you. But it's worth considering that if you achieve this first goal, you might not be able to achieve any of the others. We'll meet next week. Try to have more of this project under your belt by then, eh?
I will. Thanks, Mrs. Spear.
Ellie exits the classroom and bumps into Jana, who is carrying 2 balloons and is on her way into Mrs. Spear's room.
Jana, I've been looking everywhere for you.
I'm meeting with Mrs. Spear about my Dolly Parton project.
What are the balloons for?
Jana holds them up in front of her like Rose.
I still can't believe that's who you picked.
Why not? I've been researching her for this project, and she's actually really cool. At first, I just wanted to dress up like a whore, which turns out is literally what she is intentionally doing based on her look. But she's a smart businesswoman and a philanthropist.
Okay, I can't take you seriously with those things. Which is probably what everyone said to Dolly Parton.
Why you gotta be so down on Dolly? The more I study her, she likes becoming my Eleanor Roosevelt.
You did not just say that. Look, did you talk to Liam? Did you drop the hint?
Yeah. About that, the situation took a bit of a turn, but there's good news and bad news.
What does that mean?
I debated even telling you this, but Dolly Parton says, be honest. I dropped the hint and he misunderstood it because he's a moron and he asked me to prom.
What?
Obviously, I said no and set him straight and told him to ask you.
Why would he want to go with you? You're so mean to him.
I know.
Well, of course he'd rather go to prom with Dolly Parton than with Eleanor Roosevelt.
What does that mean?
You know what I mean.
I'm not sure I do.
We've been around, okay? You're a staple in B hallway, and he probably knows it.
Wow. What are you saying? I'm a slut, and that's the only reason someone would want to go to prom with me?
No, I don't mean that.
Because, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but I also don't have a date for prom, and I've been spending all my time and energy helping you get one. And you've never even asked me about me.
Jana,
But you know what? I could just take your guy since he asked me. But I'm not going to do that because I freaking respect myself. I don't want to go with just any old loser who comes along.
Oh, really? Is that what you think I'm doing?
It is what you're doing. And you know what? You can still do it. That's the good news part. I told Liam no, and I told him to ask you. And since he'll just go with whoever comes along, apparently, he's going to ask you. And since you're going with any foreign exchange student who drops into the school, it's going to be a perfect match.
Look, is Liam awesome? No. Is Liam interesting? No. Is Liam an embarrassment to Canadians everywhere? I don't know. I haven't met that many Canadians. But I'm guessing he is. But
Janny gives Ella a glare and subtle point, and Ellie whirls around to see that Liam is standing behind her.
Oh, Liam,
Liam turns and exits.
oh my God.
Oh, so we're done here? That's the person you're gonna run after?
I have to fix this. I'll talk to you later.
Ellie exits. Jana sighs, then holds up her balloon breasts again. At some point during the fight, one of the balloons deflated significantly, and the effect is really sad.
Man.
Scene 9, a bench outside of school. Liam sits on the bench, and Ellie approaches cautiously.
Liam, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean any of those things.
Well, you said them behind my back, so I think you did mean them. I thought we were friends.
We are friends.
You know, it's so hard being here, away from my life, away from my parents, trying to unlearn the metric system. And I was so happy. I had made at least one friend to get me through graduation, but I didn't.
He stands up to leave.
Okay, I'm just going to be really honest here. I only said those things because I was upset that you asked Janet to prom and not me.
I didn't ask Jana to prom. She asked me with a Ziploc bag full of milk.
She was supposed to be letting you know that I wanted to go with you.
She did not do a good job.
She did not. But then you agreed to go with her, so I was upset, and I said all those terrible things, and I'm really sorry.
I didn't want to go with her. I was just caught off guard and didn't know how to say no.
Come on, Jana's like beautiful.
She's one of the scariest people I've ever met. Look, I wanted to go with you too.
You did?
Yeah, I read this internet article about how to ask girls to prom.
I'm so dumb.
And I was doing all of it, and you were not taking the bait.
What were you doing?
Well, it said to ask you on a date first, so I did. I watched Cats 2 nights in a row for you.
So it was a date.
And I sat there on the other side of the couch all night waiting for you to make a move, and nada. And then the article said to not be too eager, that I should hang back and not talk too much and play hard to get.
You did that really well.
So, I guess, do you want to go to prom together?
Yeah, I do.
Do you ever feel like you don't actually want to go to prom? Like, you just don't want to go the rest of your life with people asking you about your prom and then looking at you really sad when you say you didn't go?
That's exactly how I feel. But I think if my mom finds out I got a date for prom and then I don't go, she'll disown me.
Yeah, my mom's the one who sent me that article.
Is it hard being away from your parents for so long?
It's fine. I should get going. We'll figure out the details and stuff, okay?
Liam waves and exits. Ellie sits on the bench a moment, and Jana walks by with her backpack.
Jana, wait.
I have to go, Ellie.
Jana, look, I'm sorry. That was a really crappy thing that I implied, and it wasn't even true. I was just jealous, I guess. And you're right. I've become so self-centered with this whole thing with Liam that I didn't even ask you about prom. I'm really sorry.
Did you fix your perfect future with Liam?
I guess so. We're going to prom together. The plan is back on track.
Confetti.
Jana, wait, you could go with us.
No, thank you.
Not like a throuple or something, just like a group of friends.
I got a date, actually.
In the last half hour?
I forgot to take my balloons out of my shirt after my meeting with Miss Spear, and Jed from the baseball team asked me, even though one of them had deflated.
Oh, well, Jed is...
A total douche. But I'm running out of time, and I said I'd go with him, so I guess I'm no better than you. Forgiven?
Oh, thank God. Jana, we have to go dress shopping. You have to come or who knows what my mom is going to try to put me in.
Are you kidding? Your mom will be a blast to shop with. If I go with my mom, she's going to give me a chastity belt and a slanket.
Let's go.
Scene 10, a dress shop. Claire sits on an ottoman, waiting for Ellie to come out of a dressing room.
Eleanor Roosevelt said that you should always own a black dress because no one ever remembers a black dress.
Well, that is not what we're going for. Come out and let me see.
This? I hate this one. I'm going to put on the black one.
No, let me see the one I picked first.
Ellie steps out of the dressing room in a tight, short, brightly colored dress with a plunging neckline.
Ellie, you look gorgeous.
Nope, I can't wear this. What do you think Liam is going to think if I show up wearing this? This is going to send him the wrong message.
You know, it actually reminds me of my prom dress a little bit.
Well, that seals the deal. Hard no.
Whoa! Baba boom! Look at you, hottie!
Hi, Jana. Are you here shopping with your mom?
No, Ellie invited me to join you guys. Oh, but I definitely forgot to tell my mom that I was coming here. Hold on. Hello? Yes, I'm dead.
What?
Nothing. I guess I thought we didn't invite other people on our mother-daughter dates.
This isn't a mother-daughter date.
Well, we're shopping for your prom dress.
Well, it can still be a mother-daughter activity. We just have Jana here.
I know that, but this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. This is the only time we'll ever get to go shopping for your prom dress, and I wanted...
Okay, crisis averted. Now, obviously, this dress is smoking, which means there's no way you'll wear this.
Thank you.
But I would. Take it off so I can try it on.
Happy to.
Did you pick that dress?
Maybe.
Because it's awesome.
Thank you. Would you like to be my daughter?
I wish.
Ellie enters wearing a floor-length black dress, very modest.
Wow. Who's dead?
Here you go.
She tosses the short dress to Jana. Jana exits.
Well, that dress is pretty.
I know. And look, doesn't it look like just like the one Eleanor Roosevelt is wearing in her fireplace portrait?
Wow. She is just deeply unattractive, isn't she?
That doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't, but this is an official portrait. Like, this is literally the best they could do for her.
I think she looks nice. And I think I do too.
Of course you do. I'm just saying, you're an 18-year-old girl and you have the rest of your life to dress like the first lady of indeterminate age. And this dress is...
She looks at the price tag.
Ooh! Are we sure we don't want to look at a different dress?
Mom, look, this night is really important to me, like really important. I need everything to go perfectly.
I know that when you're in high school, prom seems like the most important thing, but in the grand scheme of things...
This is the grand scheme of things. All of this is steps to the grand scheme of things. This is the dress I need to be in that night. I can feel it.
Well, can we also live in it and eat it? Because that's like a month's rent.
Some people pay a lot more than this for rent. People that live in nicer places, some people don't even pay rent. They pay mortgages.
Okay.
And I have some money saved up for college. I can dip into that and maybe help. since I'm also paying for my own college somehow.
Okay, let's watch ourselves, Ellie. I said I would pay for your prom dress, but we need to be reasonable.
This is reasonable. For lots of people, this is reasonable.
Well, it's not for us, okay?
Well, whose fault is that?
Jana pops back on stage wearing the flashy dress and socks.
Is it me, or do the socks totally do something for this look? Is that the one you're getting, Ellie?
Yeah, that's the one she's getting. I'm gonna move some money around.
What was that?
Nothing.
Jana looks over her shoulder to make sure Claire is out of earshot and pulls Ellie down to sit on the ottoman next to her.
Okay, listen. I have some important news that pertains to your life plan.
What?
Jed and some of the guys from the baseball team got a bunch of hotel rooms after prom.
For what?
Monopoly. For sex, dummy.
You going to sleep with Jed?
Undecided. But I can definitely get you and Liam one of those rooms.
Wait, what? For sex?
Why not?
I barely know him. I've never even kissed him.
Well, logic it out for me then, because you've been trying to marry him, which is a lot bigger deal than this.
Is it?
Ellie, you can sleep with hundreds of guys in a lifetime, but you can only marry a few. I'm just saying, this is the next logical step in the snag him plan.
Snag him? I thought you were a feminist.
And I thought you wanted to marry your high school sweetheart.
It's just, I've never with anybody.
Well, I can almost guarantee that he hasn't either. That's why it's so perfect. If you're each other's first, then that'll bond you for life.
I don't know. Isn't there some saying about a cow and free milk and whatever?
You need to stop taking all your life advice from a woman who has been a ballroom pre-World War I. And if the bagged milk is good, he'll want to help the cow.
I don't want to be a cow, and the milk probably won't be good because I don't know what the crap I'm doing.
Claire starts to head back over to them but stops and listens. They don't see her.
Look, you're overthinking this. It's prom. It's hotel rooms. It's just sex. I think if you let the night happen, it will all work out in just the way you want.
Okay, let's go. I moved some monies. I sold some stuff on eBay. Let's go check out.
Really? I can get this dress?
Yep, let the Eleanor Roosevelt cosplay commence. Jana, we're gonna head home. Your mom can pick you up, right? Perfect. Ellie, go get changed. Let's go. I'll meet you at the register.
Okay, I just...
Now.
Claire exits. Ellie and Jana exchange a what's her problem look and head to the dressing rooms to change. Scene 11, prom night. Ellie sits in the living room in her dress. Claire is doing her hair.
What time is he getting here?
6:30. We need to hurry a bit, okay?
I'm almost done.
She sprays an obscene amount of hairspray.
There. You can walk through a wind tunnel tonight, and this dew will hold strong.
Wow, that is big.
Don't worry. It won't look so big once I do your makeup.
I already did my makeup.
Okay, but you need, like, evening makeup, prom makeup. Don't worry, I have a whole plan.
Claire pulls out a bag of makeup and starts rifling through it.
So, how are you feeling about tonight? Excited?
Mm-hmm.
What are you most excited for?
Dancing and stuff.
Cool. Oh, hold on. I have something for you.
Claire runs off stage and returns with a jewelry box.
Here.
What is this?
I made them for you. At the shop. Earrings and a necklace.
Ellie warily takes the box and opens it.
Wow, that is so nice of you. Thank you.
No, they're for tonight. I know after the dress we couldn't really afford more for jewelry, so I made your prom jewelry.
Oh, I don't know if it really goes with the dress, you know?
Of course it does. I waited until you picked your dress so I could match it. Put it on.
Mom, stop. It's so big.
You just have to let me clasp it.
No, stop! I don't want to wear this!
Will you let me do one thing for you, Ellie?
You didn't do this for me. This is a you necklace.
I made it for you.
No, you didn't. You made it for you as usual. Just like you tried to get me to wear your dress and have your hair and your makeup, your jewelry. Just stop. I don't want to be anything like you. This whole night is about ensuring that my life doesn't end up like yours at all. sorry, but everything about our life is disorganized and chaotic and unstable. I can't wait to get out of here.
I know you can't. You've made that very clear. I'm sorry you hate everything about me and about the life I've tried to build for us. I've been doing the best I can with what I have, and I wish you would show a little gratitude, even once.
I wish you would have looked at that picture of the dress, known how much I liked it, and tried to make jewelry that looked like the jewelry in the picture. I wish you would get to know who I am instead of constantly trying to change me.
I'm not trying to change you, but you are wound so tightly that you're going to turn your whole life into one big to-do list, and you're going to miss your life, Ellie.
Well, having lists is how you don't end up living in some dumpy town making second-rate jewelry, floating from man to man with no dreams and no goals and no plan.
Claire crosses to Ellie's backpack and pulls out You Learn by Living. She holds it up.
I read this. You think I'm not trying to get to know who you are? I read this trying to find some way inside your head, some way to connect with you. And you know what I found? This whole book is Eleanor Roosevelt telling you to seize your life and have adventures. It's about being interested in other people, interested in learning, open to joy. You've missed the point of this entire book.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. Look, I'm proud of you that you have goals and ambitions. I'm jealous of that about you, if I'm being honest. I have goals and dreams and plans too, but I can't seem to make them happen like you do. One of my dreams, by the way, that I've had since you were a baby, was helping my daughter get ready for prom. I also kind of dreamed that you'd do something just a little illegal at prom, that I'd get to pick you up from the police station in your prom dress. But I gave up on that dream a long time ago. I want you to have goals, but not if it's to the exclusion of actually enjoying your life. The best parts of your life are the times when you drive to Santa Monica with no plans and just see what happens.
Have no plan and just see what happens. Good advice. I'll follow it tonight. Goodbye.
Ellie, I know about tonight. About the hotel room. I know.
Well, who cares? What is your problem? You just told me to let loose and have fun. I thought this would be the one time it would be awesome to have the cool mom who tell me to go for it. And then when I do, you freak out. I don't get you.
I don't get me either. I don't know what's happening to me. I'm having like some kind of identity crisis. I thought I'd be the cool mom too, but it turns out I'm not. It turns out when it comes right down to it, I'm just as lame as all the other moms, and I'm terrified for you. I know you think you're a grown-up, more grown-up than me, and you know what? In a lot of ways, you are more grown-up than me. But you said that you don't want your life to turn out like mine. That means that you have to make different choices than I made.
Liam's here.
She opens the door, and Liam enters, dressed in a tux. For the first time, he looks surprisingly handsome.
Hey, Ellie.
Hey, Liam. Wow, you look great.
Thanks. You look big. I mean your hair. I mean.
Oh, thanks.
Yikes. Hi, I'm Claire, Ellie's mom. Let me get a picture of you two.
Aw.
It's prom. I have to take your picture on prom. Let me have this one thing.
Ellie and Liam stand together, a little awkwardly, trying several different hand positions until they land on a very unnatural one.
Well, do you want, you know what? I'll count to 3. 1, 2, 3.
She takes the photo, and Ellie and Liam spring apart with relief.
Should we go?
Yes, let's. Bye, Mom.
Bye. I hope you two have a really fun night. I really do. And that you're careful and make smart choices. Yeah? Ellie?
Yeah.
Ellie and Liam exit. Scene 12, that night, after prom, a disheveled hotel room. The bed is unmade, and there are empty beer cans littered around the room. Liam and Ellie enter.
Yikes. I guess Jed and some people were already in here.
Do you want to watch some TV?
No thanks. Do you want to sit down?
Okay.
Liam sits on the bed, and Ellie sits next to him.
I thought the decorations at the dance were really nice.
Liam suddenly lunges over and kisses her. It's an aggressive kiss that knocks her back on the bed, and the two flail, unsure what to do with their hands. It's as if they are trying to recreate something they've seen in a movie but have no idea what to do. It's painfully awkward. Suddenly, Ellie sits up forcefully, knocking Liam off the bed and to the floor.
I have to make smart choices. I don't want to do this.
Oh, thank God. I don't want to do it either.
Liam sits on the floor, leaning back against the bed. He puts his head in his hands.
I'm sorry. I know it's prom and we're supposed to in this nasty room, but I don't want to, and I'm so tired of feeling like I have to do things I don't want to do. I'm sorry that was rude. It's not that I don't want to do you.
I get it. I feel the same way.
Don't be upset. It's not you.
It's not that.
What is it?
My mom called this morning. She and my dad are getting a divorce.
Oh, Liam, I'm so sorry.
I kind of suspected it. That's why they were so insistent I do this study abroad thing. My last semester of high school in Indiana, so I wouldn't be there for all of it. And they could just call me when it was done. They didn't even have the balls to sit me down and look me in the face. They had to ship me to another country and then call me. Cowards. And I feel so dumb. Like, I'm graduating next month. I'm going to college. It's not like I'll still live with them. It won't really affect my life, so I don't get why I'm so upset about it.
I don't think you're dumb. I'd be upset too. It's a big deal.
Thanks. I was actually thinking about telling them I don't even want to go to college next year. I kind of just wanted to get a job and have one more year at home.
Really?
I'm so sick of everyone's timetables, you know? Like, why do you have to move out and go to college when you're 18? Says who? I feel like I'm like in a river, you know? And it's moving fast and sweeping me along, and I have no control over what happens or where I'm headed. And I want to get out of the river, but it's just too strong and I don't know how. I'm sure that sounds stupid to you.
No. I was just thinking I didn't know you were capable of talking this much.
Yeah. Turns out when you're constantly afraid you're going to burst into tears, you don't talk much.
I don't think I realized it until you put it like that with the river, but that's exactly how I feel too.
Whatever, you're like the river guide driving the boat.
That's what everyone thinks. Can I tell you something?
Sure.
I kind of don't want to go to college next year either.
For real?
I said kind of to soften it, but I definitely don't. I know I'm supposed to, and everyone expects me to. Even I expect me to.
What do you want to do?
You're going to think this is so dumb.
Hi, I just cried all over you. Dumb is taken this day.
There's this elephant sanctuary in Thailand. You can go and volunteer, and you feed and bathe the elephants and give them medicine and help rehabilitate the ones that get hurt in the wild. And some of the work doesn't even involve hanging out with the elephants. You'd be cleaning out stalls and preparing food and helping raise money to feed them. And I just feel like excited and wistful when I think about it.
Wistful?
Sometimes I look at their website and I feel like I'm an old woman, and I feel so sad and regretful that I never went. Because, like, I'm not going to do it.
Oh my God, Ellie, you have to do it.
It will throw off my whole plan. And, like, what if I love it? What if I get there and I love it and I never want to come back?
Then you'd be one of the few lucky people in life who found the thing they love to do and who do it.
I don't No!
You're not going to do it because you're afraid it will make you too happy? Too happy to return and live the life you weren't excited about?
But people expect
You're
that-
giving yourself too much credit. All these people that you think are expecting you to do great things will forget about you 10 minutes after you fly to Thailand.
Ouch.
And even if you stay here and do great things to please everyone, they'll read about you in some alumni magazine and then forget about you 10 minutes later again. It doesn't matter. Everyone is just thinking about themselves. You have to do what you want. Like, maybe if my mom had done her own thing and waited to get married and have kids until it was something she really wanted to do and not something she was supposed to do, my parents wouldn't be getting divorced right now.
Thanks, Liam. I'm really sorry about your parents.
Thanks. This was the best part of prom. Just sitting here talking to you. You're really easy to talk to.
So are you, it turns out.
And you're like really nice.
Thanks.
Liam leans over and kisses her, a nice gentle kiss, not like the first one.
Hey, what if we got married? For real though. I get you. You get me. I don't mean get married right now, obviously, but like someday when we want to.
Are you serious?
I could move to Thailand, or we could move to Ottawa and get a bunch of dogs and celebrate Canada Day. And like, we would have some assurance that we won't be alone. What do you think? Do you want to get married?
No. No, I don't think we should.
Okay then. Double rejected. Triple if you count the divorce. It's a good day for Leo.
No, I just mean, I don't know what I want yet. And you don't either. And until we do, I don't want to make any more plans.
Yeah, that was stupid. I'm sorry. It's been an emotional day, and like, that was my second kiss, and I got carried away.
Your second kiss?
Yeah, the first one was...
That was your first kiss?
Anyway, it just felt nice to not feel alone for a minute.
You don't have to be alone. Let's stay friends and see where life takes us.
Friends?
Friends.
Liam stands and opens the door, and a police officer stands outside.
Yes, officer?
I'm looking for Ian Atkinson.
Oh, that's not me.
Well then, that's a problem. This room was booked with his credit card and he's reported it stolen.
Oh, no. His son booked the rooms. Jed Atkinson?
Are you Jed Atkinson?
No, I'm not.
Well then, that's a problem. Either way, you're in a room that's been booked with a stolen credit card. You been drinking tonight?
No! No. Those were here when we got here. We're underage.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna need you to come with me. Let's go.
Oh my god.
The officer enters the room and rounds them up, escorting them out of the room as they continue to protest. Scene 13. Later that evening, a police station waiting room. Jana, Ellie, and Liam sit next to each other in chairs, waiting for their parents.
And it turns out Jed is an even bigger idiot than I thought, and he was grounded and wasn't even supposed to go to prom, and then he booked all these rooms with his dad's credit card without telling him, and then his dad figured it out and decided Jed would get scared straight if the police knocked on his door, and then the police burst in and saw me in my dress and thought I was a prostitute. So that didn't help. I'm sorry I got you guys into this whole thing.
It's not your fault.
So did you?
No. And I'm glad. Did you?
No. Gross. Not with that loser. But with a different guy, yeah.
Liam, your mom's here.
She's not my mom.
Well, you can go with her or spend the night in jail.
Great! Off I go. Hey, thanks for a really great night.
Yeah, it was great.
I mean it. It was.
Ellie stands up and Liam gives her a hug.
Thanks.
He exits.
Was that physical contact? Did he touch you?
It gets better than that. He asked me to marry him.
Stop it! Are you kidding me? We did it!
Jana leaps to her feet and does a series of elated dance moves. Then jumps up on her chair, mimes putting a gold medal around her neck, puts her hand on her heart, and starts to sing.
Hey, sit down.
Yes, ma'am. You're engaged!
I said no.
You said no?
I said no.
What have we been doing this last month? This was going to be...
Jana, your mom's here, thankfully.
This was going to be the one thing I've accomplished before my mom kills me for being arrested on fake prostitution charges. And now I've accomplished nothing. This is on you. Text me tomorrow.
I will. Good luck.
The officer escorts Jana off stage and passes Claire as she enters.
Is that one yours?
Yep.
You can take her.
The officer and Jana exit, and Claire enters and sits next to Ellie.
I'm so happy.
Okay.
I had 2 dreams for tonight and they both came true. I got to get you ready for prom and I got to pick you up at a police station.
I didn't do anything wrong. Jed.
Just let me have this. I know. Jana's mom called me.
She was wearing the dress you picked and they thought she was a hooker.
This is the best night of my life. Let's go.
Mom, I didn't do anything tonight.
I told you, I know. Jana's
No,
mom.
like, I didn't do anything tonight. And I just wanted you to know.
Oh. I see.
I almost did. And then something came over me and I quoted you and knocked him on the floor.
You quoted me?
Make smart choices.
Ah. Well, you didn't need me to tell you that.
Maybe. I just, thanks for being my mom tonight.
Well, I don't have many more chances. Gotta get him in while I can.
Why? Who's dying?
No, I just mean soon you'll be off at college doing your own thing. You won't need me as much. Not that you didn't need me that much to begin with, so.
I'll always need you.
Blah, blah, blah. Hallmark card, I know. Sometimes I wish we were elephants. They were the ones that stay with their moms their whole life, right?
Yeah, some of them do.
That's nice for those mom elephants. They don't ever have to be alone.
You okay?
I'm fulfilling my lifelong dream of picking my daughter up at the police station on prom night. I'm great!
What did you mean earlier tonight about being jealous of me because you can't seem to make your dreams happen?
Nothing. It was in the heat of an argument.
Mom.
I just meant you make a lot of comments about how terrible my life decisions are, and
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said that I've been saying that.
when I was your age, I had a lot of plans for my life too. But life had different plans for me. And now, I don't know, you've been my life, my entire adult life, and I've loved every moment of it. And that chapter is ending, and I'm not old, but I'm not young. And I feel a little lost. I should probably get that puppy.
On the one hand, there is no way on earth you should get that puppy. On the other hand, I really want you to get it so that you have something to hold you down.
Hold me down.
I'm, like, worried about you. When I leave, right now, if you meet some loser and he's like, let's go bungee jump off the Sears Tower, you have to say no, because you have to come home to me. When I'm gone, I don't know what's going to keep you from going totally off the deep end. What was your plan before me?
My plan was Chicago too, actually. I was going to go to the Art Institute of Chicago.
You applied?
I got in.
You did?
Yes, I did. Just because you don't like the stuff I make doesn't mean other people don't.
Mom, you should go.
Oh, please.
Why not? Maybe your dream just got deferred for a little while. What's to stop you now?
I'm 36. That's twice as old as everyone there.
Only on the outside. On the inside, I think you'll fit right in. Mom, I really think you should go.
I could never afford it.
There are so many scholarships for old people, for adult students who want to go to college. I've been applying to scholarships for years. I'm a master. I can help you.
Really?
Yes! This could be your next chapter.
And I could, get an apartment in Chicago, go to Cubs games, and sketch on Navy Pier.
Yeah!
And we could, have brunch on Sundays. Or you can pretend that your lame mom didn't follow you to Chicago. We never have to see each other.
No, it's not that. Oh, God.
What?
I'm thinking of not going to college next year.
Excuse me, officer? My daughter's been abducted.
Stop. I know. I've had this picture of what my life was supposed to be, and it felt crushed under that picture for a long time. And tonight I had the chance to check part of it off the list, and I didn't want it. I don't know if I want any of it. I might want to throw that picture out and make a new one.
And would that picture look anything like an elephant hospital?
Sanctuary! Oh, how did you know that?
Good moms check your internet history. I love you. You're welcome. You visit that page almost every day.
Okay, well, officially I'm mad at you, but what do you think?
It's me. What do you think I think? It's really what you want, and you should do it.
Really?
Really. That's all I've ever wanted for you. College will be there, or not. I think when you're young, you should choose the biggest, most exciting option you have. Later in life, you might not be able to.
Ha! You still do.
I'm still young, right? You know, I feel really good about this. All of it. About Chicago, about the Elephant Church.
Sanctuary. So do I.
I don't feel great about some of the people who've been brought in while we've been sitting here, though. Want to go get some breakfast?
It's 3 a.m. I'm in a prom dress. Yes, I do.
Ellie hugs Claire and the two exit with their arms around each other. Scene 14, 2 weeks later, school, the Living History exhibit. There are two small platforms for Jana and Ellie to stand on and a microphone set up stage left for Mrs. Spear to make announcements. 3 chairs are also stage right for the audience of Claire, Mrs. Spear, and Liam. Mrs. Spear approaches the microphone.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the final round of the Living History exhibit. For those of you who were with us in earlier rounds, welcome back. For those of you just joining us, the students in today's exhibit are from my senior history class and have been working on this project all semester. Each student was to choose an influential person whom they admire, research them, design a costume, and put together a presentation that gives us insight into that person's significance in history and personal philosophies. Today's presentation is special, not just because it is their final project for the semester, but the winner will be receiving a scholarship from the Indiana Historical Society. Those of you who were here at earlier rounds heard from such influential people as Abraham Lincoln, Sally Ride, and Alec Baldwin. Contestants are being judged on the written papers they turned in before the competition and on all 3 in-person rounds: costume, talent, and our final round, the interview. Only 2 ladies have made it to the final round, and it's an interesting pairing, I must say. Eleanor Roosevelt and Dolly Parton.
She takes her seat as she, Claire, and Liam applaud. Jana, dressed extravagantly as Dolly Parton, and Ellie, dressed conservatively as Eleanor Roosevelt, each stand on their platform.
Well, howdy, y'all. I'm just pleased as punch to see you.
Warmest greetings, my beloved fellow Americans.
Ladies, I will be asking you a series of questions. You will have 1 minute to respond, and when your time is up, you will hear this bell.
She dings a little bell on a table in front of her.
First question. Please give us a brief introduction to who you are and your educational background. Ms. Roosevelt, if you would begin.
While I was originally known for being the longest-serving First Lady, I went on to have my own career as a politician, activist, and diplomat. I was born in New York to a wealthy, upwardly mobile family. My uncle was Teddy Roosevelt. I was educated in London and at the best private boarding schools.
As for me, I guess there's just two things I'm really known for. My songs and my philanthropy. You see, I was born in the tiny backwood in Tennessee with 11 brothers and sisters. You didn't have running water or electricity. We were just poor as church mice. But I wanted to know that you can come from nothing, don't have to be educated, don't have to be rich or sophisticated, and still make something of your life.
Thank you. Next question. What is your philosophy on success?
When people ask me about my success, I tell them I believe the only important ingredients are curiosity, interest, imagination, and a sense of the adventure of life.
Well, shoot, you sound like a lady I'd like to get a beer with, Miss Roosevelt. When people ask me about my success and my philosophy, I tell them I'm a list maker. I like to write my goals and plans down and keep them a secret place where people can't see them. If there's something I really want, I write it down on a piece of paper, and I look at the list and I concentrate real hard on it, try to visualize what is happening, and just go through all the motions as if it's already done.
Really?
Yeah.
Mrs. Spear dings the bell.
Contestants, please refrain from speaking to each other.
Well, that ain't friendly.
Next question. What is your outlook on physical appearance?
Hold on. Was that going to be one of the questions if two men made it to the finals?
This is some bullshit, ma'am.
Ladies, the clock is running.
I'm just saying, you wouldn't have asked Abraham Lincoln that question. When I was very young, maybe 5, my mother started calling me Granny because she thought I looked so old-fashioned. I hated that, and it started a lifelong battle between the way I looked and the way other people wished I looked, the way I wished I looked. But no matter how plain a woman may be, if truth and loyalty are stamped on her face, all will be attracted to her.
I agree with you, Miss Roosevelt, but I took a little bit of a different approach to my look. It may be what I'm best known for. I'm a totally different person from the way I look. I really am. Can you imagine anybody wanting to look like this for real? But why not? Life's boring enough. It makes you try to spice it up. But there's a brain beneath the wigs and a heart beneath the boobs.
The bell dings.
Please tell us about your marriages and home life.
I married Franklin, who was my 5th cousin. We had 6 children together, and while our marriage was not always a happy or faithful one, we were intellectual equals who pushed each other on.
I met my husband, Carl Dean, the day I moved to Nashville. He whistled at me outside my car while I was in the laundromat, and we've been together ever since. He hates the limelight, so he stays at home in Tennessee where I gallivant the world. We don't have any kids, and we're just as happy as we can be with our little arrangement, even if the rest of the world doesn't get it. There has been rumors that I'm a lesbian.
Me too.
Really? Mine are about me and my secretary, Judy. You?
Amelia Earhart.
You win.
Mrs. Spear dings the bell.
Okay, moving forward to our last question. Please describe the accomplishments of which you are most proud.
I'm really proud of my career as a singer, songwriter, actress, and businesswoman. But I'm prouder of my work I've done to help people. One of the things I'm really proud of is my amusement park, Dollywood. That's been one of my dreams of my life, to be able to go back home and do something great for that part of the country.
Well put, Miss Parton. While I'm, of course, also proud of the numerous awards I've received throughout my life, I'm most proud of the work I did to help people. I'm very proud of founding Valkill Industries in my hometown in New York, which provided jobs and incomes for many, many local families and paved the way for my husband's New Deal.
The bell dings.
Thank you. And next we'll take a moment to...
Well, we also have the Dollywood Foundation. We focus mostly on education for kids. We work very hard to give scholarships for struggling kids. And we have a hotline in the Dollywood Foundation in case any of them get in trouble.
I was, of course, honored to be appointed to the United Nations, where I helped pen the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
Mrs. Spear rings the bell again.
Ladies, time is up.
I'm real proud of my imagination library. Every kid in Several County has a book of the month from the day it's born until the day it starts kindergarten.
Of course, I was also instrumental in founding the National Youth Administration, which provided education and job training for 4 million young people during the Great Depression.
Mrs. Spear dings again.
Ladies.
I've written over 3,000 songs.
I've written 78 books.
I've received 19 honorary degrees.
I've received 35.
Well, if you've ever in California, Miss Roosevelt, you can visit my 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And you can visit my National Historic Site in New York.
Mrs. Spear frantically dings the bell multiple times and stands up, momentarily losing her cool.
Time's up! Okay, that was great. Let's give a big round of applause for Dolly Parton and Eleanor Roosevelt. Contestants, if you will please wait off stage, the judges will deliberate about the winner of today's contest and the recipient of the scholarship.
Ellie hops off her platform and takes off her wig.
Oh, Mrs. Spear, can I say something?
I guess so.
I just wanted, maybe this is cheesy, but I wanted to thank my mom for helping me with this project, for helping me see Eleanor Roosevelt in a new way. Eleanor was all about embracing the adventure of life, and my mom's been teaching me that since I was born. I almost changed my mind and did my mom for this project, but then I thought she might get mad if I did her for a history exhibit.
I'm 36.
But I could have done her because she's someone I admire. Thanks.
Thank you, Ellie. Contestants, please wait off stage.
You did really great out there, like really great.
You too, not that anyone's surprised by that.
I didn't know any of that stuff about Dolly Parton. I knew she was a singer with big boobs, but that was it. She's like kind of awesome. Is it me, or are they like the same?
That's what I thought. I was starting on the platform thinking these badass bitches were both kicking ass and taking names and just doing it like totally different ways.
Ladies and gentlemen, our judges have deliberated, and we'd like to welcome our 2 finalists back to the stage, Ellie Hoyt and Jana Myers. Ladies, the judges would like to congratulate you on your stellar performances today and for showing us 2 very different women who impacted the world. But there can be only one scholarship winner, and that winner is Jana Myers.
Jana looks completely shocked. Ellie throws her arms around Jana in a fierce hug. The hug pops one, or both, of Jana's balloon boobs, and the audience screams and ducks for cover.
It's okay, everyone. It's just my boobs. My prize-winning boobs.
Blackout. Scene 15, 2 months later, the airport. Liam, Ellie, and Claire stand with backpacks and rolling luggage. Jana stands with them with just her purse. We can hear boarding announcements and other airport sounds in the background.
Thanks for the ride, Jana. We appreciate it.
It's cool, even though you're all leaving me, and the last thing you asked me to do is a favor. It's cool.
This is weird. Like, we're all here right now, and we're all going to bed in totally different parts of the world tonight. Canada, Chicago, Thailand.
Here.
But going to college for free.
Community college, but just until I take enough classes to figure out what I want to do, then I'm going to transfer somewhere awesome.
I know you are.
We'll be in touch, right?
Right. Let me know how things go with your parents.
Thanks. For everything. I hope we see each other someday again.
Well, no matter what, we'll always have the police station.
Hey, milk bag, stop hogging my best friend. So this sucks. I'm like gonna miss you.
I miss you too. You better text me every day. I want to know every awesome thing you're doing.
You know I will. You better save all the elephants, like all 50 species.
Actually, there are only 3 species of elephants.
Never mind. I don't miss you anymore. Good.
You let me know the second you land.
I will. You better send me pictures of your new place.
Hey, I'm gonna come visit you on my Thanksgiving break.
And I'm going to come see you at Christmas. Oh, I got you something.
She reaches in her bag and pulls out a stuffed elephant.
So the mama elephant is never alone.
Shut up!
I thought it would be touching, but whatever.
Claire reaches in her purse and pulls out a small, beaded elephant.
No way.
I made it. So you always have your mama elephant.
They exchange elephants.
I'm really, really proud of you.
I'm proud of you too, Mom.
They hug fiercely. A boarding announcement cuts in.
Now boarding all San Rails for flight 956 to Bangkok.
That's me. I better go.
We'd all better. Everybody ready?
Ready.
Me too.
Same.
Then let's do this.
The four come together in a group hug, then split to exit 4 different ways. Left, right, up, right. About halfway off stage, Jana calls to them.
Hey guys, bon voyage!
She pulls out a balloon filled with confetti she blew up during the goodbyes and pops it over her head in celebration. The others duck and scream in surprise, and the police officer storms on stage.
Okay, that's enough. Let's go.
What? No, not again, guys! I'll be fine. Go. Bye, guys.
Jana is escorted off stage, and the others smile at each other one last time before exiting into their new lives. End of play. So, hello, everyone. I understand that we're going to go right into a post-show conversation. My name is Heather Beasley, and I'm the dramaturg for this particular reading, and I'd like to begin just by giving the actors a chance to introduce themselves.
I'm Leslie Randall.
My name is Amalia Adib.
My name is Mary Wilhelm.
I'm Grady Hicks.
My name is Hiko Addison.
And we also have our director in the house and our playwright. If you could just introduce yourselves.
Penny Cole. I'm Jenny Stafford.
I believe we also have designers in the house. If you could introduce yourselves.
You're the only person who has said that. I'm Cece Smith. I'm the sound designer.
I'm Kate Beck. I'm the light designer. Hi.
And my first question is actually for the designers. I'm really excited to have you here for a reading because that's really special to have an opportunity to have design input on a play at this stage. Often we have the actors in the room and we have a director and we have a playwright giving input and a dramaturg giving background, but to have design input is really exciting. So I actually wanted to ask you both, what do you listen for in this kind of a table read?
That is a wonderful question.
Yeah, that's so philosophical. And not what I thought you were going to. I'm like ready, and that's not what I thought you were going to say.
You're like the first person to really take us up on this opportunity, and now like I'm not even ready. It's fine. One of the things that I kind of was listening for. Let me take it back a step. This piece, after all of the pieces that I have read and listened to thus far, was like the best palate cleanse because it's so lighthearted and authentic, and so it's thought-provoking and fun and a good time all at the same time, and I really appreciated that. So for me on this kind of show, the first approach that I would take to designing this show would just be anything upbeat and lighthearted and airy and things that don't kind of like, I don't want to say weigh us down, but like get us super hard into our feelings. I really would want to play up on all the humor that was just happening so organically between all of the performers. Like, this was fantastic. That's kind of like the pre-show music that I had set up before, 9 to 5, Dolly Parton, that kind of fun kind of jazz. That's definitely a through theme that I would keep going on for the entirety of this piece. How do we incorporate more of that upbeat kind of music, incorporate, the atmospheric sounds like the police station or the airport or the school hallways, those are in there, but really kind of have fun with the balloon popping and some sirens, the door knocking of that signature police pounding kind of thing. I hope that kind of answers your question.
Absolutely.
I have so many thoughts, and they're going in multiple directions. Speaking to this play in particular first, super super in alignment with Cece. Lighting, I don't think that lighting, the lighting for this show for me is not about the deep saturated colors that orient us in intensity or drama. It's just here to light you all and make you pop. And I don't think that that's a bad thing for a show to not be about the lights, right? But I don't feel like it's a show where the lights are something that the audience should be noticing. Which can actually make it harder to design for like I love when I'm like, yeah, my lights are the center of attention, and this is like small movements around the space, and like how do I differentiate the spaces so subtly, like just a couple shades different in color. From a philosophical standpoint, what I listen for in a reading as a designer, I just noticed the like faces in the Athena Project logo. I'm so sorry. I've always seen like the people flying. I just saw the faces. And now you all know everything you need to know about how my brain works. Yeah, so for me, the first read of a script is about understanding how much of the lighting is not just following what the stage directions say, but paying close attention to whether it's something that someone else has already thought about. Because sometimes it's something that playwrights give so much detail, and sometimes it's not, and there's not a good way or a different way, but it leads me down a certain path. And so my first script read is really about understanding my transitions and how quick of a pace my lights might bring to it. And that is not saying that the first script read dictates that. It can really change in tech. But then for me, a table read is more about color. And I don't know how to describe why hearing people's voices reading words tells me about color, but it does. I hope that answered your question in the most like artsy-fartsy way.
I love it because I feel like bringing lighting and sound in are really like different languages in a way that get layered on top of the text that we're all working with, and you have to take the words and the sounds and all of the emotions you get and turn them into and sort of translate them into your languages and then add them back on as layers. So I think it's really interesting to hear about those layers. I have one more question for you both, and then I'm going to open it up to the audience with some questions for the audience. But that question is, were there any moments in this script that really like drew your attention as, oh, this is a design issue to solve, or this is a moment like this? There's no prom for sound design. Like I was missing that, but I was like, I'm wondering if there were moments in the script where you're like, oh, I want to dig into that part. That's the part that excites me.
I'm gonna say this in the most loving way, no. And I'm saying that very specifically because the script is written in such a beautiful way that it's quick-witted and it does everything for the show itself. From a design perspective, this is almost like a very, I don't wanna say like hands-off approach, but the script is so far along that I don't have to figure out where to meet the director and the playwright, if that makes sense. Like I don't have to figure out what that middle ground is and come up with some, creative way to tell the message of the story. Like it's just, it's to the point and it's done in a really fun and interesting way. And so my role with this script would honestly be to just support it in the best way. So there isn't anything that's like pulling or grabbing my attention of like, I want to dive into that a little bit more because there isn't an area that's really lacking.
Yeah. To me, that question might be better directed towards a scenic designer. And then my issues would stem from whatever the scenic designer does. but there wasn't anything inherently in the script that was a problem for me from a lighting, not me personally, like from a lighting designer perspective.
Well, cool. Thank you both. And now, audience, I'm going to throw out some questions. This is the first time I've moderated a simultaneous live stream and live. So if somebody can flag me if there's something in the chat that I need to answer, that would be fantastic. Thank you. So the first question I have is pretty simple, and it's just, what's an adjective that you'd use? And I want to open this up to the actors as well, like initial responses. What is an adjective or a couple of adjectives that you'd use to describe this play?
I don't have an adjective. I will just say that this is the kind of play that I would introduce my friends to theater with.
That's cool. I think it's heartwarming, but without at all being sappy. Like and this is obviously more than an adjective, but the relationship between the mother and the daughter is contentious. It's that age when you're trying to get away, and the mom is trying to kind of get those last moments. But that was really real, and there was some hard conversations that happened. But the humor just takes us right through it and makes us care. Even when people are saying horrible things to each other, you get more of them as a character if they're funny too, I think.
It's very joyful to me.
Nice keeping it to one word.
The word that keeps coming to my mind is bouncy.
Oh.
It's the balloons.
I think it's relatable. Very relatable.
It's very clever.
I like how intimate the moments are in the play, especially with like Liam and Jana, or like even with the mom and Jana having those moments, and even with like her dressed up as Eleanor, and having that inner like intertextual fight, kind of, where like they're trying to one up each other, and I just thought that was really fun and intimate and just kind of nuanced. Lots of different ways people fight with each other in this play. I also didn't expect Roosevelt to get roasted so much in this play.
Were there any moments in the story where you were confused or where you dropped out?
I felt like, I don't know if it's confused or dropped out, but specifically the argument between Ellie and Claire. I like almost really wanted Claire to be, I don't know, more forceful. Ellie was saying really ugly things about like, and had been expressing like disapproval and disappointment in her own mother, and I just put myself in that argument, and my mom would have slapped the shit out of me. And like obviously I didn't want that necessarily, but I felt like I could have used even more conflict there.
Mm-hmm.
That's super interesting that you say that, because I absolutely have the Ellie and Claire mom relationship. So I was kind of laughing the whole time, because I was like, oh dear God, this is exactly what happened when I went to prom. And so I like knowing that relationship that I have with my mom, that's exactly how my mom would have responded in that moment. And just because of the kind of person and like parent that she is, she wouldn't like clip off. But my stepmom, on the other hand, completely different conversation right there. I absolutely would have had my ass handed too. So I feel that. I totally feel that. But as somebody who has also kind of like been in that kind of situation, I see why it came to the conclusion that it did in that moment.
I had a moment of disconnect in the hotel room when you guys are having this heart to heart and he's confessing that his parents are getting a divorce, and we're kind of going down this road of similar. My mom jumped into a life that maybe was pre-planned, and maybe that's a bad thing. Wait, let's get married. And to me, there was just this disconnect of I didn't quite know where the proposal came from following that thread of thought. And maybe that's just teenagers we do jump around a lot, and there's this breaking, so I'm gonna find something to hold on, latch onto. But to me, that conversation, I got a little lost. of the male train of thought, which is nothing new. So.
Thank you. Giving people a moment in case they need. What parts of the story were most engaging for you? What was a favorite moment or a moment that you'll take with you?
I really liked the moment with Claire and the two girls where they're trying to figure out how to get this guy to ask her to prom, and there was a really clear theatrical bit where she's there with Liam, but the two women are directing her. I don't know. I thought that was really, that felt like I could see it in my brain. I was like, yeah, that's a play. Like,
there was this, the prison scene moment was kind of cracking me up in my head because for some reason I was envisioning them on this bench, and there's this faux prison gate in front of them, but for whatever reason the cell block tango was going on in the background, something absurd and theatrical, just something fun like that. But I really loved the jail scene. I thought that was fun.
I found it really satisfying, the moment the police officer walks into the hotel room and we know that she's going to go to jail, and Mom's other wish was, I was like, oh yes.
Not to dampen the mood, I really felt the severity of the relationship between Ellie and Claire. It resonated a lot with my teenage moments of conflict with my mom, and that I felt a lot of discomfort watching those moments and feeling them in my body.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the argument between Dolly and Eleanor when they're one-upping each other, because they're both such amazing women that not a lot of people know those things about them, so I find that really awesome. And that both of the girls geeked out so much that they were able to do that in the history project was pretty cool too.
I kind of wish that Dolly had shown up a little bit earlier, just to orient myself around her as such an important part of the title even. I knew she was coming, but I felt like I was waiting longer. I was waiting, and then I forgot, and then I was like, oh, she's here. Yeah.
One of the moments that really struck me hearing it tonight was Mrs. Spears' speech about marrying her high school sweetheart. Because it's kind of the first time in the play we hear the argument. We have somebody who's a real planner and somebody who plans nothing. And it's the first time we really see the perspective of someone who had some plans, and then they changed and they had to change in response to circumstances we can all understand. And I felt like that introduction of that nuance, I just love that moment and sort of the extra layer it adds at that point in the story. I think it's pretty cool.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful monologue to read, just because it does show her as such a nuanced person. And we've all had those things that we've sacrificed for a relationship before, right? And sometimes it was the right thing, sometimes it was the wrong thing. But I love that she says, he's done stuff for me too, but these are the things that I gave up. Yeah. I love that. It's well written.
So, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I also really loved that moment because in many other facets, some of the other characters kind of give off this very low-key but chaotic energy, and that was just such a grounded moment, and I think it spoke very loud volumes.
So before we wrap up for the night, does anyone have any questions for us that we should take with us in terms of the story, or things you're still wondering about?
I'm just gonna say I pray for the first costume designer who does this show. I'm just throwing that out there right now.
The balloon budget alone. Where's that props? Oh, I don't know. It's a whole argument.
I think that's a lovely note to end on. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming tonight. And thank you.
Thank you.
We need the confetti.
I actually hate the sound.
Yeah. I kind of have to steel myself a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much.